Okay, now let's get started. And I'm going to tell you more about NUS and all the learning opportunities that we offer. Now, I've looked at the registration list. I noticed that many of you come from different JCs, different IB schools, and many of you are actually in the final year of your study. So this is a very important juncture of life, and you will be thinking about exactly what you will study in universities, and which university you will go to, what you're going to study in university. And let me just put things in perspective so that we know that what is the current situation. Now, the current situation is that there is now a paradigm shift in university education. And unlike the earlier generations, a university education is no longer just a paper qualification. It's no longer just piling up an accumulation of knowledge. It is much more than that. This is about the integration of disciplinary knowledge and future-ready skills. Knowledge and skill sets are two key things that is now very important in the university education. At the same time, it's no longer like in the old days, the lecture tutorial system that the professor and the student, and then it takes place in the lecture theater or in classroom using, let's say, blackboards. Now we're looking at very innovative and varying pedagogies for the delivery of classes. And that there is even a hybrid component of online and face-to-face learning, and that is actually expedited by the COVID-19 situation. At the same time, we have been reading the newspaper. We know how important it is to talk about interdisciplinary learning nowadays, because the world's problem is now much more complex. You need knowledge, you need skill sets from different disciplines to come together to solve this complex problem. Another perspective that has changed is that nowadays in all the universities, there is always a global learning opportunities for you to reach out to the rest of the world to learn and go learn beyond your comfort zone. And finally, at the end of it, a university education is to prepare you for the future. So career preparation, internship opportunities, all these are very important. So coming back to that question, what should I study in the university? And I think let me throw back at you two different questions instead. Ask yourself, what is your passion? What is your aptitude? Passions and attitude are two key things that you really need to focus on when you choose the course of study. Because if you're passionate about something, you'll be good at it. You're good at it, most likely you're passionate about this as well. And these two aspects is not only important for just the course of study, but actually for your future career as well. Think of it this way: 4 years of university education. After that, you're going to work, and most likely your first job or your first couple of jobs will be related to what you study in the university. And if you're not passionate about it, if not good at it, then this is something that is going to be painful. So think carefully, what is your passion? What is your aptitude? And during the course of study will help you to acquire the two key things that is important: knowledge and skill sets. At the end of the day, we will actually help you to integrate the disciplinary knowledge and the future-ready skills. And welcome to the NUS experience. NUS is among the best universities in Asia and top 25 universities globally. Now, we are a research-intensive, comprehensive university, and given our size, we are offering more than 60 bachelor's degree programs. We have a very vibrant student life with more than 200 clubs and societies and interest groups. Now, although Singapore is at one corner of the world, NUS is well connected with our partner universities, more than 300 of them in more than 40 countries. And our graduates are very employable. They are top 10 within top 10 in global employability. And let me tell you a little bit more about the NUS story. NUS is Singapore's first and largest university. We have taught generations of architects, doctors, engineers, entrepreneurs, and so on and so forth. And some of your parents, if you maybe also NUS graduates, and they have also gone through our NUS journey as well. And being a research-intensive university, our research also impact life. And we're just getting started. And let me summarize. What are the three keywords, the three C's of the NUS education? Customizable, challenging, and current. How are you going to make it work is entirely up to you. And what kind of courses do we offer? Now, because we are big, we are comprehensive, we have a wide range of courses for you to choose from. If you're interested in humanities and sciences, you can do a major in arts and social sciences. And you can see there are such a wide range of majors we have under arts and social sciences. You can do a major in science, or you can even do what we call a cross-disciplinary program. We take two different disciplines, put them together, integrate together as one program, like our data science and economics program that actually marries data science and economics together. If you're interested in design and engineering, we have majors in design, we have also majors in engineering. And you can see that our range of engineering majors are very, very extensive. In business school, we have 3 different majors: accountancy, business administration, and real estate. In computing, we have 4 different types of majors: business analytics, computer science, information security, and information systems. We also have professional schools. Professional schools like medicine, dentistry, law, we have all under one roof in NUS. We have special schools like music as well. And we also offer degree programs for nursing and pharmacy. And let me summarize, how does the NUS experience work? Now, I noticed that some of the questions that you have submitted in earlier on when you signed up for the webinar, actually you asked about how many modules you're going to take. That is a very good question. Now, oh, by the way, while I'm giving these presentations, if you have more questions, feel free to type in the Q&A tab. Now, my colleagues helping me in this session will help to answer some of the questions by typing the answer on the Q&A. And after my presentation, I will look at some of these questions. I will further elaborate on the answers on those questions. So please feel free to type in the questions on Q&A as we go along. Now, coming back to the question about how many modules does it constitute for the NUS education? Now, that question is important because basically it will help me to frame the discussion about the key pillars of NUS education. Now, at NUS education, typically 4 years, and each year you do 10 modules. So altogether, there's a total of 40 modules. And out of these 40 modules, this is where we cut up the curriculum into several components. Major requirements typically is 15 modules and some 20 modules. That is one component. Then there is a common curriculum that lays the foundation and the base of our majors. And that common curriculum, we range from 13 modules to 15 modules or even 10 modules. That's a common curriculum. And the common curriculum is one of the first key pillar of NUS education. All our majors, they have a common curriculum. But the key thing about a common curriculum is that it's common for that cluster of courses. The humanities and sciences, there is one common curriculum. Design and engineering, there's another one. Business, there's another one. Computing, there's another one. So we tailor-made the common curriculum to fit into the major requirements that you need. Then if you do the math, you will realize that there is common curriculum, 10 to 15 modules, that's major requirements, 15 to 20 modules. Now, you don't add up to a total of 40 modules. So where's the balance? The balance is what we call unrestricted elective space. Literally, you can do anything. And that unrestricted elective space will bring us to have a flexible pathway. You can use it to do anything. If you want to go deep into your major, use all your unrestricted electives into your major. If you want to have a complementary major, a second major, or a minor, you can do that. And that is where we provide a flexible pathway. And through the flexible pathway, you have opportunity to learn 2 different disciplines, a major and a minor, a major and a second major. And that is where you have an interdisciplinary approach. Now, of course, some of these majors that we have, we even integrate this together. So that is the third key pillar of NUS education, interdisciplinary approach. And finally, like I said, 4 years, that is only the beginning of the journey. It's a university education, but beyond that, we hope that you will continue to learn. NUS commitment to you is not just 4 years. It's actually beyond that 4 years, the next 20 years and beyond. And we hope that you'll come back and take courses for lifelong learning, for continual education. So that's the key pillars of NUS education. And let me now highlight to you some of the exciting new developments that we have in NUS. Now, last year, we launched the College of Humanities and Sciences. This is an enhanced NUS undergraduate experience for students in two of the largest Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences and the Faculty of Science. So you can imagine the scale of impact in this interdisciplinary learning. And what happened is that we have a common curriculum that will actually fits into both humanities and sciences. You can choose your major. And after that, you can actually have space for this unparalleled flexibility. You can actually do a second major, you can do a minor, and I'll elaborate a little bit more later on. And this was a huge success. Last year, we took in almost 2,000 students for the College of Humanities and Sciences. Now, another exciting new development, we launched the College of Design and Engineering this year. And the College of Design and Engineering gives greater choice, greater flexibility, and greater breadth in a student-centric curriculum, combining the strengths of our former Faculty of Engineering and the School of Design and Environment. Now, obviously, design and engineering are related. And so we have a common curriculum that is student-centric, that brings together the knowledge and the skill sets that's relevant to the professional training for both design and engineering. And after that, you can choose, let's say, the engineering course. Now, what is different this year is that in the past, when you want to go into an engineering discipline, may it be electrical engineering or mechanical engineering, you apply directly to the course. Now, you only apply to the engineering course. And when you get into the engineering course, you can choose any of the majors. No further selection. The moment you are in the engineering course, you can choose any of the preferred majors, any of the majors that you wish to take under that list. So this actually gives students more flexibility. This is the same principle that we had when we launched the College of Humanities and Sciences. Instead of applying to the science course or the arts course in the past, now you apply to the humanities and sciences course. And you can choose any of the majors under humanities or under the sciences. So, and again, no further selection. So in short, all this is to give you more flexibility, and at the same time, we create space for you to have new learning pathway. So if you are, let's say, doing a major in mechanical engineering, you can do a second major in the College of Design and Engineering or a minor in the College of Design and Engineering. But you can also cross over to the College of Humanities and Sciences to do a minor in mathematics or a minor in physics to complement your study in mechanical engineering. So all these are possibilities. Another exciting development, starting this year, NUS College. Now, this is the first undergraduate honors college of NUS and the only undergraduate honors college of NUS that actually helps you to enhance your major. Now, it doesn't offer majors on its own. You will still take majors in the rest of the faculties like College of Humanities and Sciences, College of Design and Engineering, School of Computing, NUS Business School. But the common curriculum parts, you will take a special common curriculum that is run by NUS College. This is an innovative common curriculum that actually combines local and global perspective, experiential learning programs, and cross-cultural developmental opportunities. At the same time, it has its own global pathway that offers specially curated global experience module, and you can embed it in your student exchange program or NUS Overseas College program. And students in NUS College, you will have access to more than 50 majors that the university offer. So that you can actually be in NUS College, take classes, this common curriculum under NUS College, and there is a residential experience. You will guarantee 2 years of stay in our NUS University town, and then you live and you study with peers and professors from different disciplines across the university. So you can expect the kind of interdisciplinary brainstorming that you can have with your friends. So that is NUS College. This is something that you can definitely think about. Now, like I said, we have flexibility. We allow you to go beyond a single degree. And now let me explain a little bit more. In the beginning, I mentioned about a primary major, 15 modules. What is a double major? What is a second major? Second major is less intensity than a primary major. Second major, 10 modules. Minor, 5 modules. Now, whether do you like a second major, you like a minor, that is entirely up to you. And we provide students with full flexibility, let you take ownership of your learning. And some students may say that I'm not very sure whether I want to do a second major or minor at the point of application. Don't worry, there are 2 ways that you can do a second major and a minor. You can apply at the point of admission. At the same time, you can also apply when you are already in NUS. In your first year, at the end of the first year, or the middle of the second year, you can still do that. And the best part about our flexibility is that even though that, let's say you come in as a second major, you find that you are so inspired by the subject, you want to do a second degree, a double degree, that is possible. If you want to do that, you feel that you wanted to do something else, a second major is too much, instead of a second major, you want to do 2 minor, you can always reduce the second major to a minor. We are totally flexible about this. Then the second part that I want to talk about is a double degree. Then you may say 1 degree, 4 years, a second 2 degree, 8 years. Now, that's not the case. Our double degree, because of the integration that we have within the curriculum, it's possible to do a double degree in the College of Humanities and Sciences, a Bachelor of Science degree and a Bachelor of Social Sciences degree between mathematics and economics, let's say 2 different degrees. You can do it, or life sciences with psychology, you can even do it in 4 years. Some faculties, 4.5 years, maximum 5 years. That is double degree. And we have many partner universities. There are also degree programs that will offer jointly between NUS and a partner university. At the end of the day, you graduate with a degree issued by both NUS and the partner university. Some students are very adventurous. You wanted to do a bachelor degree and a master degree concurrently, and that is what we call concurrent degree programs. And we want our students to take ownership. Now, we do know that some students may say that in the first year, it takes a while to get used to university life. So, or you want to try something, but you worry about the grades. Now, we have what we call grade-free first year. In the first year, modules that you're taking, up to 8 of them, if you like the grades, keep it. Count towards your graduation required cumulative average point, or GPA, in the US university. If you feel that you just want the modular credit so that it can be counted towards graduation, you can just opt for the SU option, S for satisfactory. As long as you pass the module, that is good enough. You don't have to worry about grades. Now, some students are very keen to do research. Are there research opportunities in NUS? The answer is a resounding yes, because NUS is a research-intensive university. Final year, definitely you can do research, but you don't have to wait for the final year. You can do research in your second year or the third year under the undergraduate research opportunity program. Go to a professor, work with him, and then you can do a research project together. And we also allow you to design your own modules. You can customize your own learning experience. Sometimes some of the modules you're interested in, we don't have it. You can grab a few friends together, approach a professor, and you can actually craft out a module for yourself. So this gives students opportunity to explore. And like I said, we have wide global learning opportunities. Take this chance to learn out of your comfort zone. You know, you can develop life skills, you can expand the scope of your learning, and you can actually pick up techniques from experienced researchers in world-renowned labs. So this gives a snapshot, an overview of how you can all our study abroad programs. Our flagship study abroad program is the student exchange program. You can spend 1 semester or up to 1 year in one of our partner universities all over the world. And the student exchange program, before you go, we have academic advisors that will go through with you the modules you are going to take, so that all these modules can be mapped back to your NUS graduation requirement, so that you will not have any delay in your graduation. Now, on the other hand, you may say that it's so expensive to study overseas. Overseas university fees are very expensive. Not to worry, because if you are going under our student exchange program, then you will still be paying NUS school fees. That is heavily subsidized by the government, so that this is not an issue in terms of finances. Then some of you may say that you do not want to spend 1 semester overseas, but you want to have a taste of how is it like studying overseas. You can take part in a summer and winter program, shorter duration than our student exchange program, and you can spend 4 weeks to 6 weeks taking some courses in a partner university. Now, or you can even do a research attachment in renowned labs in the partner university. Another highlight that I want to mention is our NUS overseas colleges. Some of you wanted to be entrepreneur. Some of you wanted to get the know-how from NUS and then eventually start your own company. This program, NUS overseas colleges, actually enables you to do that. And this, so what you do is that you actually do an internship at a startup company up to a year. At the same time, you take some classes on entrepreneurship in our partner university. There are more than 15 places in the world that you can go to, and you get a first-hand experience of life as an entrepreneur. And this program has been around for many years, and there are more than 3,400 students who have gone through this, and more than 800 companies have been founded. And these are the places that we have NUS overseas colleges, ranging from North America, Silicon Valley, New York, Europe and Middle East, China, all the way to Southeast Asia. And it doesn't mean that you have to go overseas to have an interesting campus life. You can discover yourself very nicely on campus. We have a very nice and vibrant campus life. And yes, Gigi, you have something to comment?
No, Prof.
Oh, no, is it? Okay, yeah, okay. Sorry, I thought that there's something wrong with the slides. Okay, so, and then, what is this nice campus life that you have here? So then you make yourself at home. Now, on campus, we have evolved tremendously. Some of your parents who were NUS graduate will have fond memories of staying in our traditional halls of residence. Shears Hall, Rifles Hall, U-Shop, Ishak Halls. These halls of residence is still there. And these halls of residence, you have a place to stay, there's vibrant student life. And that is the first type of accommodation. You can see that we've branched out from 1 type to 5 different types of accommodation now. The second type, which we started about 12 years ago, residential colleges. Residential colleges, you live, and what happens is that there's vibrant student life and there's a place to stay. At the same time, you take 5 modules of classes that can be counted towards your common curriculum. That is residential colleges. And that is the second type. The really, really new kid on the block is NUS College. NUS College, same principle, a place to stay, vibrant student life, and taking classes. But the classes is no longer 5 modules. NUS College, the classes has 14 modules. And that even goes beyond Singapore, that you have global exposure. So that is the latest addition that we have. And then some students may say that you do not want to actually have too much time in activities. You want to have a place to stay. then you can go for the student residences, a place to stay. But then there's a rich international students community there as well. And so what we have here is, you can actually make friends with students from all parts of the world. And last but not least, we actually spin off and form what we call houses this year. And there are 2 houses available, and this focuses more on mentorship and strong focus on well-being, a place to stay, and some activities, and a lot of bottom-up activities that for students to take ownership of. So these are the options that is available for residential living. And you get to, even if you don't stay on campus, you can still connect with like-minded peers, in all our different clubs and society. We have things in music, arts, sports, community service, and so on and so forth. And we want to prepare you for future employment. We have a Center for Future Ready Graduates that organize programs, workshops, and events to prepare you for employment. Now, we do know that employment is very important for you. And recently, we have launched a Connect NUS platform for you to network with alumni in the industry for career planning and job opportunities. Think of it this way. Our alumni is spread all over the country and all over the world. And think of it this way, this networking of our alumni, our huge alumni base, is actually a valuable component. At the same time, we want to make sure that you have internship opportunities. Almost all our majors has internship opportunities, some of them compulsory, some of them optional, and even the optional ones can still be counted towards your graduation requirement under your unrestricted electives. And we have also launched a platform for you to facilitate your search of professional internships. So what to do? Take the first step, apply. And for those of you who are in the JCs, then I think you are familiar with this admission requirement. And there are 2 things that you need to take note of, is that you need to meet the subject prerequisite. Now, so you go to our Office of Admission website and you can look for the subject prerequisite of the course that you are interested in. And why we need the subject prerequisite is because some of the courses you need the necessary background. Like let's say you wanted to study life sciences, then we will look at whether you have the relevant H2 science subject. So at the same time, how do we assess that? I think you are familiar with the A-level rank points, maximum 90, based on 3 H2 and 1 H1 content subject, GP or knowledge inquiry, and project work. And what is unique about NUS is that we offer first choice bonus points. What is this first choice bonus points? Now, we want to acknowledge that if you're passionate in something, we want to acknowledge your passion. We want you to think carefully about which course you want to put down as a first choice. The course that you put down as a first choice will offer you up to 2.5 first choice bonus point. Think wisely so that you have a head start over your friend. Let's say your rank point is 85. And then you put that course down as a first choice. When we consider you for, let's say, that course, then you have 85 plus 2.5, which is 87.5. It will give you a head start. So think carefully about the first choice, but first choice bonus point exclude courses with interview and tests. So interview and test, they are additional selection. So that one, first choice bonus point doesn't apply. So courses with interviews and tests are those that I've listed on the screen. And those with IB diploma, because I noticed there are IB students here as well, similar principle. Look for the subject prerequisite, and then after that, you'll be assessed based on your IB diploma. Again, we have first choice bonus points. And for non-interview courses or courses without any additional selection tests. And the first choice bonus point for IB student is 1 IB point, because IB maximum is 90. And I saw in the questions that were posted also that there's quite a bit of interest about application to medicine. So I'll go through a little bit about application to medicine. If you are wanted to apply to medicine, first thing, on the online application portal, when you choose the courses, you have altogether a maximum of 8 choices. Please put medicine as either your first or second choice to be considered. Now, apart from applying on the online application, there is a second portal that you need to apply to, and that is the portal run by the medicine faculty. So you need to provide your portfolio, which comprises personal statement, list of achievement, overseas testimonial, and also you need to get through referee. If you are shortlisted, you will go through the NUS Medicine Admissions Assessment, 2 components, focus skills assessment, situational judgment test. So you go through multiple stations and then we'll assess you for your suitability to study medicine. So what are the subject prerequisites to apply to medicine? You need a good H2 pass in chemistry and H2 pass in either biology or physics. And of course, you need to do well overall as well. As for law, you apply again to our application portal. And if you're interested in law, make sure that you indicate law as the first or the second choice to be considered. And then if you're shortlisted, you will attend admission tests or interviews with a written test and also an interview. And in terms of subject prerequisite, overall good results, A-level results or equivalent, that means including IB, and at least a B grade in H1 general paper. So do we offer scholarship? The answer is yes. We have our flagship NUS Global Merit Scholarship and NUS Merit Scholarship. And for those who are good in sports or visual arts, we also have sports and visual arts scholarship. So we're looking for Singapore citizens who have outstanding academic results, strong leadership qualities and potential, and good core curricular activities. And in terms of financial support, we have a wide range of financial support. Our admission policy is merit-based and needs-blind. If you have financial difficulty, don't worry, it will not impact the way that we assess you. And when you were admitted by merit and your financial difficulty, do come and see us in terms of financial aid. We have a wide range of financial aid available to help you. We have bursaries, NUS bursaries, government bursaries. We have bursaries for residential programs. We have bursaries for you to go overseas for your study abroad programs. We have opportunity enhancement grants that will top up your residential stay bursary or your study abroad bursary. And at the same time, we have loans, tuition fee loans, NUS study loan, and there are also other schemes available as well. Now, you can go to our financial needs calculator and you have a sense about roughly what kind of schemes that is available. Now, some of you may have read in the newspaper in February that we actually announced our enhanced financial aid scheme. And this is to provide additional financial aid for Singaporean undergraduates from low-income family. In a nutshell, what does it provide? Full tuition fee covered for Singaporean undergraduate with PCI not more than $1,000. What is PCI? Per capita income. If a family has 4 people and the total monthly family income is 4,000, then the PCI is 4,000 divided by 4, which is 1,000. And for students in this situation, no fees. You don't have to pay any tuition fees. It will be fully covered by NUS and government bursary. And for students with lower PCI, like not more than 690, we actually top up with living expenses and also top up for on-campus stay and overseas exposure. Let me elaborate. So this chart here explains how it works. From PCI all the way to $1,000, first you apply for government bursary and then we look at your tuition fees. There is an balance that government bursary will not be able to cover the full tuition fees. So NUS bursary will top out completely for you, regardless of whether you're studying humanities and sciences course, business course, which has a different tuition fees, we will top it up for you, including medicine and law as well. So that is for PCI up to $1,000. Now for PCI up to 690, apart from full fee coverage, we will provide $4,000 per year for your living expenses, because we do understand that covering the fees and is only one aspect. Living expenses is the other. Add together, this will give you a basic baseline NUS education. but we hope that our students will have more opportunities, at least for an on-campus stay, at least one overseas exposure program. Now, we do have bursaries for those, but again, it doesn't cover the full amount. So for students with PCI not more than 690, we have the Opportunity Enhancement Grant of $10,000 that you can spend over 4 years to top up whatever bursaries that we have for on-campus stay and overseas program. So that we hope that all our NUS students, not only you have the baseline NUS education, you have the additional opportunities as well. So in short, there are two things that you take note of. Make good use when you apply of the first choice bonus point, and so that we can take into account your passion. And for students who may feel that you may have missed the rank point, the cutoff a bit, not to worry. We do recognize achievement beyond academic grade. And we do admit students through aptitude-based admission. We'll look at your ability and interest, work experience, leadership, community service, exceptional talent. So do remember to provide the details under the achievement section on the application form. So what are the checklists? Mark down the important dates of when you need to apply. Check the subject prerequisite. If you need financial aid, estimate what are the expenses. Go to the financial needs calculator and apply for financial aid, apply for scholarship. Rank the choices carefully for the first choice bonus point, and you list your achievement under aptitude-based admission. And these are the timeline for A-level students. Our application portal for admission typically will open after A-level results were released in end February. And then after that, you can also apply financial aid and scholarship. And application deadline usually will close on 19th of March. Then we'll assess you and we'll release between March to May admission and scholarship outcomes. Financial aid, we do understand that the needs of the student may change from time to time. So we accept financial aid application throughout the year so that we are always there for you. For IB students, the portal opens earlier. Mid-October, we already open for admission. And then the portal will close in 21st of February. Again, we'll do the assessment between March and May. Then the outcomes will be released accordingly. And if you need more information, do visit our website. You can take a picture of the QR code, or you can write into our inquiries line of nus.edu/askadmissions. And there are a lot more information there available. So with this, I think I've come to the end of my presentation. So I'll stop share the screen, and then I will try to answer some questions. So, okay, let me take a quick look at some of the questions. And okay. Okay, there are some questions here okay, we have about 5 more minutes. So let me just answer some of the questions. So for those who are attending national service, that's a very, very good question. Do they still apply for NUS that year? Now, okay, very good question. Let's say you're going for, you are attending national service. Then let's say you are in the final year now. Now, for A-level student, when the portal opens next year, 2023, yes, please apply. Then you say that what happened that you got a place, we'll keep the place for you for 2 years. And after that, let's say you decided that you changed your mind, you didn't want this course, you can reapply again in 2024. You can reapply again in 2025. So in other words, for boys, actually, you actually have a total of 3 opportunities for you to apply to NUS due to national service. So I hope I've answered this question. So do please apply. Yes, absolutely. And okay, so there's another question. What's the difference between double degree and double major? Very good question. Now, just now I wasn't very clear. Basically, double degree means you have 2 degrees. Double major, you have 1 degree. So let me be more concrete. Let me give you a concrete example. You do a double degree between life sciences and psychology in the College of Humanities and Sciences. So you have 2 degrees, 1 Bachelor of Science degree in Life Sciences, 1 Bachelor of Science, 1 Bachelor of Social Science degree for psychology. So these are 2 degrees. And to fulfill the requirements, for psychology, you need to do 15 modules. For life sciences, another 15 modules. That's double degree. Double major, primary major life sciences, second major psychology. 15 modules for life sciences, 10 modules for psychology. So that is the difference. So at the end of the day, you have 1 degree cert, which is the Bachelor of Science for life sciences. But you will be indicated in your transcript that you have a second major in psychology. And so, okay, there's one question about you can choose any major in engineering. And okay. And so when I mentioned about application to the College of Design and Engineering, I say that under engineering course, you can choose any of the major. Now the question is about computer engineering and electrical engineering. Now the thing here is that computer engineering is a course jointly offered by the School of Computing and the College of Design and Engineering. So for computer engineering, you apply directly to the course. But for all the other majors that you see on the list under the engineering course, you just need to apply engineering. And the moment you are in, you can choose your major. And it's our commitment to you. If you want electrical engineering, we'll give you electrical engineering. You want mechanical engineering, biomedical engineering, we'll give it to you accordingly. No further selection. So this actually gives students greater flexibility. And so there's one more question. When I talk about 40 modules applied to course in general for NUS degree requirement. Now, when I say 40 modules is in general for many of what we call the modular faculty. The faculties that's under the modular system, we counted 40 modules. Medicine, dentistry, law are what we call the non-modular faculty. So this 40 modules thing doesn't apply to medicine, dentistry, law. They have their own way of counting the curriculum. So that is the difference. So the unrestricted electives, whether does it apply to medicine and law? Again, medicine and law, they have their own way of counting the curriculum, but there are some space for you to do unrestricted electives. So the way of the academic structure of medicine and law is slightly different, but they do leverage on some of the unrestricted electives that is available for the entire university. Okay, so there's another question. Now, this is a further questions that go down between the difference between double major, double degree, and double major. So now the next question is that what is the difference between a double major and a major with a minor? Now, like I said, everybody will still have the single major, 15 modules. Double major, you do a second major, 10 modules. Major with a minor, you do a minor, 5 modules. So the difference between the second major and minor is the intensity. Second major, 10 modules. Minor, 5 modules. So that is the key difference. And can you upgrade a minor to a second major? No problem. Can you downgrade a second major to a minor? No problem. We allow students to do that. And so what are the requirements for NUS College? Okay, good question. Application to NUS College, when you apply to NUS, you have to select your 8 choices of the faculty course. There will be a box for you to check. Would you like to be considered for NUS College? And you check the box, yes. And you will be asked to submit additional materials, some essay, some short answered question, 2 referees. Then your application will be routed to NUS College and the faculty consideration concurrently. So you'll be called out for interview by NUS College, and then they will also assess your essay, and then they will make a decision about your selection to NUS College. So application to NUS College is not like application to the residential colleges or the halls of residence, because it's much more than that. It's part of the admission applications. And And for overseas programs, now there's a question, are we only allowed to choose only one? Or can you go for two? The answer is yes, you can go for a student exchange program, plus you can even go for a summer program if your schedule allows. And each faculty will do their own selection, but I assure you that we have more places for our student than our student. Now, of course, if every student want to go to the same country, then that is not enough. But in general, we have more than enough places for students to go for student exchange program. And okay, so this is a philosophical question. Now, the student say that he's a bit confused about, he doesn't know what the passion is and know what is exactly your passion. Now, that one, I'm afraid that I have to ask you, when you study all the subjects that you have been studying, which one you get excited about? That is probably your passion. The one that you feel that I look at it, I like to study this, that is your passion. When I was a student, I enjoyed solving mathematics problem very, very much. So I know that that is my passion. I love mathematics. So I become a mathematics professor. So I hope that you do a little bit of reflection about exactly what you are interested in, and you take a look, at your JC, your secondary school. What are the topics that you like? Probably that's your passion. And do come to our open houses and all these, talk to more of our staff and professors, and hopefully you'll find your direction. And okay. Okay, so there's a question about first choice bonus point. Now, the 2.5 bonus point, do we also add it to our second choice? The answer is no. It's a first choice bonus point. We only give you the bonus point for your first choice. Second choice and onwards, there's no more bonus point. So you have to choose very carefully about your first choice bonus point. And a question about the referee, can it be a secondary school teacher? Sure. I mean, the referee can be somebody who knows you well. And so that can be the first choice bonus point. And I think, okay, one final question. How many modules can be taken as electives? I presume you mean unrestricted electives. Okay, essentially, this will be my last question because I know that you have other sessions to go to. Now, last question that I'll answer. Now, how many modules can you take as electives? Unrestricted electives. Basically, 40 modules for the university graduation requirements. Now, depending on the course of study, they have their own common curriculum, their own major requirement. You take 40 minus how many modules for common curriculum and major requirement, that is your remaining space for unrestricted electives. So let me give you an example. Let's say College of Humanities and Sciences. 13 modules for common curriculum, 15 modules for major requirement, 13 plus 15, 28 modules. Total graduation requirement, 40 modules. So we have 12 modules for unrestricted electives. You can do a second major, no problem. Plus 2 unrestricted electives, anything that you desire. You can do a minor, 5 modules for a minor and 7 modules left for unrestricted electives. You can do 2 minors, 5 plus 5 is 10, and you still have 2 modules left for unrestricted electives. Now, some of you may say, I can't fit everything nicely in this mathematical model. Can I graduate with 42 modules instead of 40 modules, 41 modules, 42 modules, 43 modules? Can you do that? Can you overload? Because we actually we recommend 5 modules per semester, but we do have students who take 6 modules per semester, even 7 modules per semester. If you can cope, we will be able to make it happen for you. And can all this be done and you graduate with more than 40 modules? No problem. And in terms of fees, does it mean that if I take 6 modules, I have to pay more fees? No, we go by semester fees. So one semester, that is the fees. You take 5 modules, 6 modules, 7 modules, same amount of fees. So at the end of the day, even if you graduate with 42 modules, no problem. When we compute our GPA or our CAP, cumulative average point, we'll take into account all your 42 modules. So no issue about that. And in short, basically, we let you take full ownership of your learning. So I hope I have answered the bulk of your questions, and I thank your patience. to listening to me, and I look forward to receiving your applications and look forward to welcoming you to NUS. Have a nice weekend. Thank you.